Hello. It's a Thursday afternoon and it's January 22nd. Today is my 20-month surgiversary. And I wanted to post. I'd like to think I do this every month, but I just don't. I am just really terrible at keeping any kind of regular schedule to these posts, but I try to do monthly updates when I'm right around the date. So today is actually my 20-month anniversary from my surgery. I was banded on May 22nd, 2007. As of this morning, I'm down 275 pounds in 20 months, so I have absolutely no complaints. It's been a crazy 20 months. It really has. I think I'm at a point now where I was just talking to my sister last week that I'm probably more emotional and aware of the loss now than I have been at any point during the process. I think, I've heard this a lot. I'm pretty flip and all that about all this, and I have been, and that's been great, and I think it got me through. But I think a lot of that's kind of wearing off now. I think that when you start from the place where I started, I just couldn't imagine. I knew I had to lose 300 pounds, 350 pounds, you know. That just, it doesn't even seem likely or probable or realistic. And it certainly doesn't seem like anything that's going to happen in any near future. And so to be sitting here at 20 months out and within 25 pounds, I don't know, it's just insane. The whole thing is just, it's just crazy to me. I'm extremely aware of the loss now, physically, which, you know, if you've watched for a while, you know, I had some issues with that, but I'm very comfortable with myself now, actually. This is okay. The change in size is a little hard for me. I still will look at a booth in a restaurant and go, you know, and have that moment of, oh my God. And the other day I sat in the booth at the restaurant with my sister and the table was too far away from me. And so those things, those little things trip me out, just trip me out. My best friend has a newer Honda car, and I just remember going for rides in that before, and it was just uncomfortable and not pleasant. And now it's, you know, just noticing how I fit in the cars and seatbelts, and you know, and they're actually anywhere. I don't really have a problem, you know, scooting behind people or around things, or it's just that whole thing is odd to me, and that's just really becoming noticeable to me the more that I go out and I'm around people and in situations where I might have to sit in a booth or in a movie theater seat or in somebody else's car or something like that. And but I still hesitate. I still look at the booth with dread those first moments. My first reaction when I go to get in somebody else's car is, oh, please let the seatbelt fit. And I don't have a problem with that at all. There's no issues with that anymore, but my mind still wants to tell me that there are, and so breaking some of that is what I'm working on right now. I'm feeling really, really good. I'm due to go and get my my fill for my other 0.4. That should take me back to 6.8. I'm really hoping that we can do the 0.4 all in one shot, and then I'll determine in a few weeks after being back to 6.8 whether or not I think I need to be any tighter than that, because I'm actually okay now and I'm losing. So but I definitely notice that I eat more than what I like to consider normal. My sister and I were talking about that today too. I keep my band really tight. I don't eat very much, that's the truth, and I do have a tendency to keep my band tighter than a lot of other people who have the band. I know I've heard that from the techs who have done my fills, and I've heard it from other people who've shared with me their struggle with dealing with what it's like to really live with a really tight restriction, and I can see where it can be frustrating, and I empathize with that. For me, that's just how it has to be. For my sister, that's how it has to be. That's what I want to be normal, and that's where I'm comfortable. And I'm okay with it being tight like that, because I use my band as, I've said before, like enforced behavior modification. If I have that level of restriction and I go into some weird mind thing and I'm depressed or start trying to play with my crazy a little bit, at the very least, the band will keep me from being able to binge, to purge, to overeat, to eat out of that emotional necessity, need, desire, or whatever in the first place. So, yeah, that's where it's at. And I'm looking forward to having my restriction. I don't struggle with that. I'm happy with that. I like being that tight. I like the feeling of being full for hours and hours and not feeling hungry. I got used to that. I'm happy with that. So, there's that. What else is going on? I've been doing a lot of cooking lately. Everybody's been real happy about that. Somebody asked me about my diet, and basically I do not weigh food or count calories or fat or anything like that. I'm a label reader. Obviously, if I'm going to buy something that I'm not already familiar with, I'm familiarize myself with it, and I stay away from high fructose corn syrup. I don't drink soda. I drink only water or iced tea, and milk. Those are my regulars. I do keep Gatorade in the fridge because every once in a while I just like it. I also keep Pepsi in the fridge because every once in a while I like to have the 2 ounces of carbonated soda that I can have. But I can't even tell you the last time I had a Pepsi. I basically eat whatever I want. If I feel like I can have it and tolerate it, I eat it. I don't eat enough to be too concerned with my calories and fats and all of that. I already know that I've got a balanced diet because I know I'm not eating processed foods. I'm not eating fast foods. I'm not eating stuff that I should. I know that I'm focusing on proteins. I know that what I'm eating is whole and fresh. I know that even when I eat Doritos, I can eat like 5. I cannot possibly care. I refuse. So I'm really lenient about my diet. Really, anything goes. I don't eat anything fat-free or any of that. I like sour cream. I like whole milk. I don't ever eat a protein shake. I just cannot stand those. I don't care what you do to it. It's nasty. I do use a fruit and vegetable supplement because I can't tolerate fresh fruits and vegetables well enough in enough quantity to get what I need. So I do use a fruit and vegetable supplement. And I will do a video about the supplements that I use. It's a very small handful of things that I do. Hair loss. No, I haven't experienced any hair loss. My hair's fine. I was actually having more problems with hair loss prior to my surgery. I have noticed that my fingernails are much stronger, much healthier. What else? Oh, I get a lot of comments about my skin and my face and my neck because I've had good results with. I'm not all wrinkly. I don't have a lot of extra anything hanging out. Nothing's all happened. And this all looks much better than it did before I had the surgery too. And the only thing I do here is, I wash it every day, and I have some lotions that I use. I use I know right now I'm using Avon's, this is a Hydra-Firm lotion that it's just a basic night cream or something, and I think one of them is actually an anti-aging, but that was when I was going through my fit of worrying about my age, and I'm kind of over that. But really, all I've done with this is really just keep it clean and moisturized, and I haven't had any surgery or anything like that. I'm surprised at how often people ask me that. But no, this just happened to be one of those things that worked out well for me. I wish that my stomach had done the same thing. But I suppose if one of them was going to work out well, I guess the one that I can't cover up would be the one I would choose. At any rate, and my surgeries, I am still planning to start my plastics sometime this year. That kind of went to a really unimportant spot for me, and it kind of still is. I just decided to wait till I was 199 pounds, and so I'm like 24 pounds away from that. So it's all good. I'll get there. I'll get the surgeries started and get those done before summer comes, hopefully. And I'm looking forward to doing that. So yeah, there's some random question and answer stuff, and I just wanted to post my 20-month update and welcome all my new subscribers, and shout outs to all of the ones who've been with me. I hope you guys are all experiencing great success, and I will make an effort to post a couple more videos here in the next couple of weeks. Talk to you all very soon. Bye-bye.